Hey and welcome to Tech Tips with me, Jacob. Today we have a microphone from Saramonic to test, and it is the Saramonic BlinkMe B2. And it's one of those nice one with a big touchscreen. So we're gonna see what's in the box and show you the app after. After that, we're gonna test it out a little bit on the field. So there's a box with a box in it. And we have a couple of nice, instruction manuals, very easy to use. So I like that one, quite nice. And here's the actual case, the box away. We get some stickers, I always love stickers. Plastic case, away with you. Fine. And a nice little carrying case. Here we go. Open it up, nice. Here's the mic and the charger port thing. So mics come off. Fancy, neat. And this is for your camera case, and then you can put the mic and receiver on top. Right there. And on top of here, we have a couple of other attachments, a whole bunch actually. So these are all magnetic. If I take this off, you might have seen, they just pop in. And then you have a little clamp there, like so. And then they come with a magnetic camera holder and a whole bunch of magnets to put on the back. Same, just through the shirt. And what else do we got? We have cables for connecting to your camera. We have cables to connect to charge. We have our little wind socks right there. Comes with two. And something special, oh my goodness. Hang on. Amazing. Screen protectors. Gotta love screen protectors. There you go. All right, so that's what's in the box. Very exciting. It's one of those long-range wireless ones. They have two of them. And they connect to either right, left, or they get mixed. So this is quite nice. I'm gonna go through the app with you guys and the settings of the actual machine. So let me just clear off a little bit of all of the fun stuff and we'll go through it. All right, so let's see what we can do with the actual microphones. They have quite a few settings and they have a few fun things you can do as well. So if we just, we can start with the receiver. Just because, has start. A power button here and a plus minus, and you can actually set these in the app what they do if you double click them, single click them, or hold them, which is pretty nice. And it has, of course, all your mics that are on here. And if you swipe up, you can record the mic from here. So set to record, you can mute it, and you can format the card. There, so there. And if you swipe down, you have your recording mono style. So stereo, safety channel, or mono. So mono is just a single channel, stereo is together, and then a mono safety is one channel, goes a little bit lower. What else do we got here? Back up, swipe up slowly. And then we have the gain from the actual receiver. So RX is the receiver gain, and then there should be a TX gain, so that's how much you boost the actual microphone. There you go, and you have your display. Display is power saving or always on. Good to have. Other settings are pairing the devices. It's the brightness of the screens. That's just literally just brightness. The language on the unit and resetting it to factory settings. And there should be one more, and that's the version of your update. Quite neat. There we go. So that's roughly what you can do there. You see the battery on each of the units as well, so you know how much you have to go. And they do last for quite a while. All right, so on this here microphone, you can see that, wait, that's Linus. That's not standard. I'm going to show you in the app how to do that. So also in the actual, before we go to the fun stuff of adding your own custom backgrounds, which I really love from these mics actually. So if you sweep down, you have a quick menu for the display on or time off or power save. You have your mute. You have your record on the device, boop, boop, and you have your settings. The same as on the receiver there, it's the pair, the language, the date and time, and the reset and version. I do recommend that you set the date and time on these things because it's much easier to find them after when you have all of your audio that isn't from the 1970s. Just a tip. Doesn't take that long. All right, so if you swipe the other way, you get your onboard record settings. If I push that, you have your record protect. So protect it. If you have your auto recording on, it says start recording as soon as you detach it or start it, then the recording starts. And your bit depth. So you can do 16 or 24, which is a nice feature. And we go back to the next one, which is noise reduction. And that's a good one. So it's either original sound or it's the noise reduction. It also has a quick button here on the side, the yellow one. That's your noise reduction button. What's next? TX gain, so that's the gain on the actual mic. And it goes, I believe it's from +12 to -12. So you just sweep it, how much boost you need. Always be careful with gaining your mic. So always listen with your headphones if you're gonna do that. Next one is brightness on the screen. That's, again, just brightness. And the display could be power saving, so it turns off, which is nice if you want to have a black one, just a blank mic. But if you want to have fun and have Linus on it, it should be always on. And the settings are the same as in the other quick settings. So there you go. That's that part. If you want to go back to the main menu, press power. And that's back to Linus. And if you hold the button here, you can change faces. If you don't want to have Linus at the moment, you want to see your audio levels, other of their custom ones, time, if you rather want that. There you go. That's the actual microphone itself. Where's my Linus? I want Linus back. There's Linus. Hello. Good. And now I'm going to show you how to do that, actually. So I'm going to put that down for now. And we're going to go into the app, which is like a pretty good app, actually. It has lots of information on it. You can go in everywhere here. If you see in the middle here, it says BlinkMe device management. So just push that button. Here's your receiver. I have one mic on, and it shows me the battery type. I can go in and do the definition of the buttons, like I said, on the receiver. So you can go in and pick if you want the button to be gain, output mode, gain up, gain down, or change it that way. And it also has press twice or long press, different settings. So you can set your own customs, what you want on it, or turn them off if you accidentally hit them all the time. You know. So if you want to change the background, you just go into all. I have a few prepared ones here, so you can do your logos, for example, and then you can do a custom one. And if you do a custom one, you just have to go into your camera first and shoot something. Yeah, took me instead. Took a photo of me, back to the app, select from album, pick me, and allow them to do it. Done. And then you set where it goes, crop it a little bit in or out. There, next, and apply. And that should pop up on this little thing in about 90%. There you go, and now it's my face. So everybody knows it's my mic. All right, that's awesome. That's a super fun feature. I really like that. It gives you a lot of options. You can do your logos, you can do faces, you can do name tags. You just take a photo of whatever you want. You can actually take your own shirt too if you want to have the same pattern and just kind of make it see-through. Fun thing. Anyways, we're gonna go out and do some tests because I know you're dying to see some of those. So here we go, to the field. The Saramonic BlinkMe B2 comes with a quick and easy to use touchscreen, customizable wallpapers, 2 transmitters, 1 receiver. The receiver can charge the transmitters. The transmission type is the 2.4 GHz digital frequency. The polar pattern is omnidirectional. The antenna is built in. The operating range is, without obstacles, roughly 100 meters. The sampling rate is 48 kHz, and the frequency response range is 20 Hz to 20 kHz.
All right, so the Saramonic BlinkMe B2. So far, I really like a lot of things about it. I'll tell you, for example, in terms of what you get in the box, what an excellent amount of, accessories. With my DJI mic, I've already lost one of the magnets, not by my own fault, by a friend's fault. But still can't order them. They don't have them in stock yet. But, you know, they give you 4 here, plus the 2 clip magnets and plus the magnet for the camera cold shoe mount. You get the cell phone also with a mount on it, like the cell phone holder with 1/4 inch and a cold shoe mount on the top. But excellent stuff that you get in the case. But let's actually talk about the mic itself, the build quality. All right. By the way, just for what it's worth, the windsocks, and I'll throw in a B-roll shot of that right here for you, but the windsocks go on so well and hold so well. What I like and what I don't like about the build quality of this, everything here feels really strong, really well built. It feels like even the little pucks and the screen feel really high quality. I love that. Oh, I started it. But what I don't love is all of the buttons. These buttons here and these buttons here, I keep grabbing them by accident. I've turned them on and off. I've turned off the noise reduction and turned it on and off again a dozen times just by like touching it and not realizing it. And I've had to get into the habit of actually going into the menu setting for the noise reduction just to double check that I haven't selected the noise reduction. So that is probably one of the only things in terms of the build quality that I dislike about these mics. Design-wise, the only thing that I really don't like is that there's no jack, 3.5 millimeter jack for the magnet. For the lav microphone. Because honestly, I'm not going to use this a lot for high profile interviews because it has to be visible unless I hide it backwards under the shirt on on a lanyard or something, a magnet lanyard. But for the most part, when I do professional interviews, I like to have the mics hidden or laved on the chest. What I will use this for is a lot of B-roll audio. I mean, and when we're messing around with tech tips and stuff like that, this is great. Super easy to use, super fast. Linus's favorite thing is that he always complains about not knowing whose mic is whose. So I can literally just switch this. Linus can know exactly which mic is meant for him. And all of our EQ and everything can be preset, or levels can be preset. He's louder than I am. So I love that part about it. I love that we could put our logo on it. And I think for an interview mic in a news situation, also that's a great option. Overall, I think that the design of this is really well. Let's actually talk about the tests now for this microphone. When it comes to the tests, when we did our mono safe test, it's not recording 2 mono channels on the actual mic body itself, but it's outputting from the line out and from the USB-C out on the actual receiver to whatever device you're recording on. One channel that is higher, and the right channel, I believe, is 6 decibels lower, which is great. When it comes to the quality of the audio, excellent quality. I think it sounded really great in all of those modes, stereo, mono, and mono safety. The mono safety definitely gives you that extra room. Both mono and mono safety, if you have both mics running, are mixed mono tracks. So both the left and right, or both mics are on one channel on the left, and lower, higher, and then on the right channel, lower. Or if it's mono, they're all on both channels, the same exact mix. Stereo is the only way that you can separate them. Stereo is my preferred way of recording because then I can always separate me and Linus or me and Jake, whoever's actually recording, in the edit afterwards. So that's my take on the modes. You can have a little look here and a listen. All right, we're testing now the BlinkMe B2 in its different modes. We have stereo mode, we have mono mode, and we have mono safe mode. Now, we noticed that we couldn't actually record 2 tracks in mono safe mode on the transmitters, but it does come out into our camera or into our phones as 2 different tracks, one higher, one lower. So anyway, here for your viewing pleasure is mono mode. This is mono mode into the camera. Stereo. Mode. Now this is stereo mode, so you can see I'm only coming in on one side of the channel. And now mono safe mode. All right, mono safe mode. And you can see right away that one track is higher than the other. And on the camera, both of the tracks are set exactly equal. All right, yeah, there you go. Let's go to the next test. So then we did the noise reduction test. And this was actually kind of funny. I'll let you see these tests real quick.
Without noise reduction. Without noise reduction, this is the normal audio. Hey guys, this is with normal audio. Normal audio. And now the noise reduction is on the microphone, and hopefully my voice would be the priority, and not the fountain in the background. But you'll have to listen in post.
Now, as you can actually see, at one point it chose the train over Jake's voice, and the train audio, the B-roll audio, was awesome. But it, for some reason, selected out Jake's voice. I don't know if it's because he's so monotone and sometimes he's got a teacher's voice. He's nodding his head back like, no. But when we did the test the second time at the fountain, you could see it actually worked out really well. I will caution you, though. The audio isn't great. Like, if you actually dig in at the frequency, you can hear, and our audio guy, Jonathan, kind of played with it a little bit. You can really hear that the quality is subpar to the actual regular audio. If you can fix it in post, it's better to fix it in post than to use the noise reduction. The noise reduction did an awesome job, but again, it's always better to have clean audio when you can. Also, because of the not knowing when you touch the noise reduction or not, I find that I have to come in and double check that I don't have it on, right? So it's nice that you have it on screen, but it's kind of, again, it's so easy to touch it and it just changes. There, I didn't mean to touch it the extra time. So yeah, nice that you can change it directly on the mic, but not nice if you don't realize that you've touched it and you ruin your audio. Just a thought. All right, distance test. Now, we're just going to test and see how far back we can go with this. It says about 100 meters. Each of these poles are 25 meters. Let's see how far we can go with line of sight. We're recording on the Blink ME2, MEB2, MEB2. So we can sort of still hear us, I hope, once we lose us. Jake's going to shout out as soon as he loses the line of, or the connection with the line of sight. All right, let's go. All right, I'm going to test talking a little bit. Talking. Once we get up here to the 25 meter mark, we're going to know where we're at. Super windy day today. It's a little calmer just right this second, but just before we started recording, hair was blowing everywhere. All right, here we are at 25 meters. I'm going to try turning around and see if Jake still has the audio from me. How's that, Jake? Can you still hear me? Can you hear me? Awesome. All right, now I'm actually walking so that my line of sight is broken from Jake. My back's to him. Do you still hear me, Jake? When did you lose me? Wait a sec. He had me just a second ago. Hold on. Do you hear me, Jake? Now he hears me. This is almost 30 meters. Maybe 40. 35. We'll say 35. 50's there. I'm about halfway. All right, but that's pretty impressive. All right, we'll turn back around. So, all right, now we're at 50 meters. Do you hear me okay, Jake? All right, we're coming up on 75 meters with line of sight. I get thumbs up from Jake. All right, he hears me at 75 meters. We're gonna go to 100 meters. That's where this says it can go with line of sight. Still testing. Oh, there's a puddle. Can you see the puddle? Don't walk in the puddle. All right. Here we are at 100 meters. And we got a thumbs up from Jakob. All right, we're going to try 125 now. That's more than what it guarantees. Here we go. Now they have more trees here than last time. I'm going to have to actually find a new spot because they planted a whole bunch of trees, so I don't have the same lack of line of sight as before. So this is 125. Jakob, whistle if you hear me. Do you hear me, Jakob? Yeah. All right. You want to see? I don't see Jake. There's all those new trees. All right, I'm going to try a little longer back, Jake. Tell me when you start losing me. I can barely see you back there. I sort of see the kids. The kids have orange jackets on today. Hello, hello. You lost? Just under 150 meters he's lost me. So that's pretty good, but there is a lot of trees in the way. So I wonder, I don't want to step on the garden here. I wonder if I walk over some rocks here. Ooh, oh, that was soft. Let's see. Jakob, do you hear me now? Yeah. So a little better. So long as you have line of sight, you can get pretty far. So next up, we tested 16-bit versus 24-bit. This isn't like the Zoom F2 where you actually get a floating bit rate and then the audio is always clean. You can still clip this audio at 24-bit. That's not what this is. And you don't really hear a big difference between the 16-bit and the 24-bit. What it does give you is a lot more room to play with the overall editing. It's like shooting a raw photo. You get more information into the audio file to bring the sound out better in post-production. But I'll just let you listen to them right there. There's not a lot of noticeable difference between 16-bit and 24-bit, but 24-bit is a lot better if you're shooting for broadcast, just so that you know. All right, so now we're gonna actually try to see if there's a difference between the bit depth rate. So let me just come a little closer here for you. This is a little funny. Let's see if I can get this to work. So if you go into the record settings, oh, there we are, and you pick bit depth, there we go, you can choose between 24 and 16. So let's see what the 24 sounds like first. All right, and you can see Linus's pretty face. All right, so at 24-bit recording, how does this sound, guys? I'll just talk a little bit here, test a little bit, and see what it sounds like, right? Okay. So, yeah, let's test the other one. So, I stopped the recording, but you can still hear me through the camera. All right. Right, so I want to... Oh, wait, where's the settings? Hold on. There's the settings. Go into record. Go into bit depth. All right, there we go. Now we're on 16-bit audio recording. And does this sound any different? Does it sound any better to you guys? The big deal is that if you're on the 16-bit, you can actually record a longer period of time. If you're on the 24-bit, you can record less, but it will, in theory, be a lot more vibrant audio. So one of the things we love the most about all of the microphones we've tested, we always come back to the Zoom F32. It is an incredible microphone because it records in 32 bits. So how does 24-bit sound compared to 16 bits? This is 16. Yeah, and I believe too that this mic, you can switch between 44.1 kilohertz and 48 kilohertz, just so that you know that too. Okay, just a couple of quick facts too. This thing goes 22 hours recording at the 48 kilohertz and 16 bits, 15 hours at 48 kilohertz and 24 bit. The file splits every 30 minutes if you're going to record a file that long. Now, we did test it to see how long it would go with the onboard recording. We hit 5 hours almost on the dime, exactly as the specs say in the chart. Overall, the whole unit takes 2.5 hours to charge. and it will run for 8 hours, the transmitters, if you have no onboard recording on. So that's great. Okay, so the last thing, these mics are omnidirectional, which is all kinds of fun. So just be aware when you're shooting what your pickup pattern is. It's omnidirectional. It's not the cardioid. So yeah, would I recommend these? I think I would definitely recommend them. These are fun to have. I impressed my boss at the TV station. I put the TV station logo in on it, and we went to go record him, the owner of the channel. So he was all super happy that it actually could have the logo on it. Good quality, very sturdy. Like I said, I would use it maybe for quick news gathering or quick tech tips or B-roll audios. These mics, you can get them places that you couldn't get other things. Ambient audio is always going to bring up your overall broadcast recording or even your creator recordings, everything that we do. So what I wouldn't recommend it for, like I said, professional interviews. If I was going to go interview the King of Sweden, I probably wouldn't use this unless I really wanted to put my logo on him. But I don't think they let you do that. All right, we'll see you in the next one. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below. It's been a very busy couple of weeks, so we haven't actually gotten to many of the comments lately. We definitely will come around and answer your comments, so thank you for your patience, and we'll see you in the next one. Like and subscribe. We love you guys. See ya.